To Crafters TV, my name is Ben Moseby. Thanks for being here for the second of our 4 shows today. We've got a fantastic lineup for you actually. This is Essentials Corner, where we are going to be looking at, well, things that are very essential today. This should be called Very Essentials Corner, this one, because it's very essential things like die cutting and embossing machines and tools. So we're going to be concentrating on the Gemini 2 over the course of this show. So if you don't have one and you want to get one, what are the questions that you need answered? What are the demos that you need to see before you grab one? And also, if you already have a Gemini 2, are you a little bit stuck on certain things? Are you wondering on plate combinations, or what sort of things you can cut in there, or how you use your embossing folders in there, or how you use things like your letterpress and your foil press? Ask the questions and we'll make it nice and interactive. At the end of the show, as you know, is kind of routine now. Around about 1:45, we will be heading over to the beautifully plush and relaxing Essentials Corner to sit down and take your questions. So if you have any questions, fire them in nice and early. We had 10, I think, or maybe 9 or 10 last time. It took a while for them to come in. I was a little bit panicky, but we did get them. And without putting pressure on you, normally when it's me and the fish together, we tend to get a lot of questions. So any questions about tools, about machines, but then about anything crafty. If you want to know about which cardstock to use where, let us know. If you've got questions about our pens, let us know. If you're stuck with your glues, let us know. Or if you want ideas maybe for a particular project you're trying to do, let us know. That's what we're here for. Let's try and beat 10 questions, what we had last week. That would be lovely. Just to say as well, show after this is going to be all about the love hearts, masterclass on that. And then tonight, get your fix at 6, where it's me, you and a hammer. The deals in that show will not be going live until just before the show. And let me just tell you, I know we have got up to 60% off and a deal on a tool that, well, we shouldn't really be doing. You'll have to tune in to find out. It's ridiculous, the deal that we're doing tonight on a tool, actually, that we've only just launched fairly recently. Let's say hello to the lady at the other side of the studio, though, bringing all of the knowledge, bringing all the education, bringing all of the glam and the giggles. It is the one and only Debbie Fisher. How are you?
I'm very well, but can I just clear something up? Ben, you just said, and you probably didn't mean this pun, but if you get stuck with your glue.
Yes, I did mean that.
Now, if you get stuck with your glue, don't come running to us. You're not using it right in the first place.
You won't be able to run, will you, if you're stuck?
You won't,
like,
no, you don't want to get stuck with your glue.
Can't move my hand.
That was brilliant. Yeah, all good. I mean, my favourite subject to talk about is die cutting machines. They are the pinnacle of every craft room, aren't they? They are the thing that everybody needs. The Gemini is the machine that everybody is talking about, everybody loves, because it is the most amazing machine. And we're going to go through 2 of them in the next hour. So we're going to go through the Gemini 2 and the Gemini Junior. So you just have to decide, if you haven't got an electronic die cutting machine, whether you want to go to the smaller version, which is the Gemini Junior, or you want to upgrade to the bigger one, to the A4 size one. So just decide. And what I would say is, if there's any beginners out there, Ben, and any newbies that are getting into die cutting, maybe just have a little manual machine and they want an electronic machine, think about your future and future proofing. And if you're doing that, I would definitely go for the Gemini 2.
Yeah.
Because that way you've got the bigger platform, you've got everything in that one system. But if you just think you're just going to be doing a little bit of crafting here and there, then go for the smaller platform with the Gemini Junior. So yeah, the choice is yours, but I love the fact they're back in stock, love the fact you can get hold of them. So yeah, stay with us for the next hour and find out all about them.
Absolutely. And any questions across the 2, fire them in. If we need to kind of ask the question at the point where we're doing something, we'll do it there and then. But any other questions we'll save till the end of the show. So you've got about 40 minutes to get those questions in. And also in these shows, I know I ask a lot of you, but it's nice, I think, if you're already the owner of a Junior or indeed a Gemini 2, like fire up the comments, fire up the testimonials. Why do you love your machine? Why do you love your Gemini 2? Maybe you're a Junior user and you haven't bought a Gemini 2 because, you know, you find the Junior does for you. Let us know on that front. We want to have all the chat, please, because I think, you know, particularly for newbies, it's good to hear from people who already own a machine and why they love it so much. So those are the 2 machines we're concentrating on. Just to say, if you do go for a Junior today, you will be one of the very first people to get your hands on the raspberry edition, because the colour of ours obviously is the original purple. We still don't have the original raspberry here, so So you will have more than us. If you've got a raspberry one, by the way, can you please send a picture of it? Because I haven't even. Have you even seen a raspberry one yet? I haven't.
Yes.
You have
I've actually used one. So there was one in the studio.
Was
because,
there?
Yes, when we launched the Junior, I actually did a video with the Junior in the raspberry. So there's definitely a raspberry one floating about, but it just seems to have disappeared. So I don't know where it's gone to. So, but the thing is, it's not like we need one. We've got one in purple. It just means yours is in the raspberry colour, which you can see that's on the Gemini 2. So to be honest, why would we unpack another one, I suppose, and use it in the studio when we've got one that's in good working order?
Yeah, I suppose
that's
so.
the way of thinking.
I suppose.
Because if we run out, you could be saying to us, that's because you pinched that one from the studio. That could have been a customer's.
Yeah, how very sensible of Debbie Fisher. It's not normally sensible, is she?
Don't worry, we'll still get one.
Yeah, we will. Rachel's on the socials for this one, taking your questions, totting up the ones as we go. Hopefully we'll get lots, Rachel, today. Lois Scathis says good morning from Ohio. Ursa's joined us in Sweden. Jill Hutchins says good morning from North Carolina. Alison Mason says good afternoon. Shirley Rowan says good afternoon, everyone, from Staffordshire. Hello to Shirley Nugent, who's joined us in Gateshead, saying good afternoon to Debbie and Ben. And Alison Mason says, I love my G2. Very pleased I bought it. Winky face. Right, let's get into it then. We can also say hello to... oh, sorry, yes, Rachel, usual list request. Yes, please. Usual list, please, on the questions. Let me know how we're going. If we get to 25 past and we haven't got any questions, that's when we need panic stations. I need to get my waggy finger out. Details on the screen of the G2 then. So here we go. $229.99 is your UK price on this. $319.99. All I would say as well with this, particularly if you're in the US, I think I'm right in saying this, the price $319.99, I know that is a considered purchase, but if you're tossing up between that and a Gemini Junior, in the US, the Junior is $299.99. So for $20 more, you get the two. So if you're tossing up between the two and you've got that budget, I would just look at that and go, for $20 more, Debbie, you'd go for the Gemini 2, wouldn't you?
That's weird, isn't it? How comes it works out that way?
I don't know.
It's funny, isn't it, the pricing on there?
So have a think. The two, though, Debbie's going to take you all around this and fire in any questions, if you want to. We're very busy in the UK for this right now, and I'm not surprised. It is the machine that we talk about in the, the very sort of highest echelons of craft, and lots of people outside of this building and outside of this company use the Gemini 2. It is powerful. It is precise. Obviously, it's super quick. The bonus, and Debbie will talk about this, I'm sure, of course, is the fact that you can use all your different plates in here, and Debbie will tell you why in just a second. It's quiet. If you're using things like your letterpress and you're using things like your foil press, you can do that with the two. You're getting no more power than you would with any of the other electronic Gemini machines. That's not the point here. The point is that you're getting lots of extra features, which Debbie will take you around. I mean, hundreds and thousands of people have bought this around the world, Debbie, haven't they? And it is, for us, certainly the gold standard of die cutting and embossing, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It is a global machine, and so many people have got it around the world. So depending on where you are, let us know where you are and if you've got the machine, because it'll be good to know how widely this has gone. I know we have people in Australia, so that's pretty much the other side of the world. So we do have people in Australia. So if you're in Australia, Hawaii, anywhere like that, and you've got a Gemini, let us know. And also, like Ben said, let us know what you think of it, because yes, of course, we can tell you all day long how absolutely amazing this machine is. And I genuinely could not sell anything if I didn't believe in it.
100%.
I would be quite wishy-washy about it. I would just think, and I have to be honest, when we first bought the Gemini to you, we used to do a cut and emboss machine. And I loved the cut and emboss machine. It was brilliant. It was a workhorse. It was amazing. And I was thinking, why do we need another electronic machine? I genuinely thought that, Ben. So I know lots of people with other die cutting machines will be thinking, I don't need a Gemini because I've got a die cutting machine. Then I got the Gemini and didn't know how I even coped without it, because I'd got so used to my machine. It did the brilliant job, but I had to sometimes put it through 3-4 times to get that precision cut every single time. It also had thicker platforms, so the platforms were quite heavy, and you don't always want heavy platforms that you've got to lift up and put in. I mean, if you want to work out every time that you do die cutting, then it's fine. But having lighter plates, then having a machine that's upgraded to have all all the sleeker features, because that's what we're talking about with the Gemini 2. The Gemini 2 is very sleek in its look, and it means you can put it anywhere in your craft room. And it's the one thing I really love about it. It has slider feet on it, which means with one finger I can push this anywhere around my craft room without having to worry too much about the weight of it.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that. It was the one thing that Leanne wanted on the bottom here. I'll show you them actually, because you'll see those feet, and they are those sort of glider feet that you get on your furniture. You know, the ones where they're always trying to sell you extra and you think, no, it's just money making, they're trying to sell you extra. They really work, believe me. I've had them myself, and I can move my settee around with those feet, same as you can your Gemini.
Brilliant.
What you've also got is platforms that fold down now and fold up, so you can really tidy up at night time. You've got 2 storage compartments in each side, so whether you keep your scissors, your poker tools, or your sweets and snacks in there, it's entirely up to you. I love the fact that we've got storage in there, which is amazing. Then on the top here we've got our media stand, so if you've got your phone, your tablet, anything that's going to slot into there, you can now be watching us on Crafters TV. You might be watching Hobby Maker. It means you can charge it at the same time, because underneath here we've actually got the 3 USB cables. You've got your safety on and off switch as well at the back here. Just a general kettle lead it takes to pop in there, so it's nice and easy. But to have those USB cables, I think, is a game changer. Honestly, being able to charge everything while you're crafting, because we don't all have, even in craft rooms, we don't have multiple plug sockets. No. So it's really handy to have that now. Most things now come with a USB cable, don't they? Yeah. So, you know, whether it's your glue gun that you're charging up, if you've got our new hot glue, cordless hot glue gun, whether it's your little Hoover that you can use, that charges on here, whether it's your light pad, whether it's your headphones, whether it's your tablet, whether it's your phone, all those things can be charged on there. So that's a really nice little addition. Now, on top of that, this machine still offers everything that you expect from the Gemini. It has your on-off switch here. So let me just make sure that's turned on. There we go. You've got your on-off switch, you've got your pause button, and you've got your reverse button, which is critical if you don't have a lot of room in your craft room. Because if you don't have a lot of room in your craft room, Ben, what's really good is, let's say you've only got a small space and you're crafting in, and there's a wall against the back of your Gemini. It means you can put your plates through, pause reverse once it's cut, bring them back out. You haven't got to pull it out from the back or move your machine anywhere. So that's really essential. You also get every single plate that you could possibly need to go in your machine as well. So you get your 2 cutting plates, you get your plastic shim, you get your magnetic shim, you get your rubber mat, you get your metal shim. So everything you need, you get with this one. Now, what Ben was saying, you were saying earlier, Ben, about the different platforms that you can put through. So yes, your A4. I mean, can you see how well used our boards are? They're really well used. They're slightly bowing as well. You'll be able to see all those cuts are quite normal, quite natural. We're slightly bowing on there. Doesn't matter. You're still going to get a good cut. These boards are going to last you a long time. In fact, 3 times more than what our last boards that we did were cutting. Yeah. And your plastic shim, that's going to last you 10 times the amount as well. So you're getting everything in there. But the great thing is if you want to use your Gemini Junior cutting plates, which come with your Gemini Junior machine, you are going to be able to use them. And what's really good is you can use them at this side, you can use them on that side, you can use them in the middle. Every single one of those will run through wherever you place them, because the optical sensor now goes from here across to that side as well. But if you want it super quick, you could put it in this way as well. So if you want to just offer the plates into the machine this side, you literally offer them in and they're going to take your plates from you that way as well, which is even quicker cutting, which is amazing. We've also made it quieter and we've made it faster. Yeah. So with your Gemini Junior, you'll notice the difference in the noise, because it's a little bit more noisier. So if you're someone that loves crafting at night time and you want a quieter machine, your Gemini 2 is the one to go for, because it is quieter and you can get away with it at night time, which is brilliant. Now, when we think about a die cutting machine, Ben, we think about what we can cut with it. Literally, you can cut so much with your die cutting machine, from going from different mediums shims, using different dyes. So if we take a large die, so I've just got one of our large sunflower dies here, which we're going to just place onto our board. So it doesn't matter if you're going, and I'm putting that up there just because I don't know why I did that, but if I want to put that straight in the middle, I can do it. You can put that anywhere on your board. You're going to use your base cutting mat. We cut down into ours. This is just to save our magnetic. Now, if you're a beginner, in the manual, it will tell you to use this one here, and then it will tell you to place your die down with your cutting side up. Now, I'm telling you both because we get a lot of people say to us, oh, in the manual it says to do it this way. It's because this holds your die, so it's not going to fall off. So it's actually going to stay put where you place it. And then you would put your cardstock on the top there. And because you have a grid, it means you can get precision crafting. So you know exactly where that's going to cut. Then you would put your plastic shim on, then your cutting plate, and then you would die cut those out. Sorry, no, you would put that one underneath and you would die cut into your top plate.
Right.
Now, the reason we don't do that, and we've done it for many years, and lots of you will agree if you've got die cut machines, it's very, very easy to pop that the wrong way round. And then you end up with lots of nice fridge magnets. So to save your shim, because this is just an additional shim, we just place ours under here. So we're going to die cut this out. Just place that onto our cardstock. Then we're going to use our plastic shim over the top, then our magnetic, because that's just our extra shim, and then our top plate on top of that one. If ever there's a time when something is cut in maybe too deeply, and what I mean by that is if your plates are getting, not your plates, your cardstock is getting a little bit warped, just take out one of the shims, because sometimes, especially with a new machine, you get a lot of pressure in that. So what you've then got is the most amazing, now look at that, I mean it cuts out every single part of that. Literally just drop down, get rid of any little pieces there, and then you've got your design. So if I just bring that out so you can see, we've got sort of all that different design being cut onto there. Now, when we think about, I'm just going for it, Ben, are you all right? Sorry, I'm just leaving you over there.
No, fine. So, I'm engrossed.
So what we are going to do is just cut through a couple of different mediums, and what I mean by that, I've got some cork, so this is like double-sided cork and really thin intricate dies. Also, I've got an aluminium can here as well. Now, aluminium is a really good medium to use when you are die cutting. If you haven't got a mixed media die, mixed media dies, and I will bring one in for you, mixed media dies generally tend to be a different colour, just so you know the difference, and you'll feel them, they're a lot thicker. Now, you could cut through aluminium with your thicker dies, but if you haven't got them, as long as it's something that is just a straight edge, so it's not an intricate die, you will be able to cut through your aluminium can. Now, I really love this medium to cut through. It's a really good one, but you might need your metal shim, which comes with your Gemini as well. So you can see my one's quite used. It's got a few cuts in there. That's absolutely fine. That's exactly what we want it to have. So we're going to place this one onto here. Going to pop that one on top, and we're going to use the same platform again. So plastic, magnetic, and then your top cutting plate. And we're just going to run those ones through as well, because it doesn't matter what medium you've got, there's always a shim that's going to help cut those mediums out. So let me pop these through. Now, aluminium is a medium that can be quite sharp, so be very careful of your fingers. What I love about die cutting aluminium, it almost bevels the edges, so it makes them less sharp. And if you emboss them, they're even better then. So, oh, let's just pop that there. So you can see this has gone through 2 layers, but what it's actually given me is stickers, because this has got a sticker on the side. These are really thin dies, and that's cut through them, no problem whatsoever. Let me just grab a pokey tool and take these ones out and show you these, because that's quite incredible. And this is cork, so it's quite a flexible, it's not flexible, it's quite a, what's the word, fragile. Fragile medium, very delicate, that's the word, delicate. It's a delicate medium, but I'm going to just take that out very gently. It's actually got a stickered back, so I'm going to take that one off, and we will just pop that onto some card so you can see it. Just bring that one in. So we've got that first one. like so. So let me just lay that one down.
Yeah.
I mean, look how thin that is, and we've cut that out of cork, which is incredible. So you'll be able to find things like this online where you can cut through different mediums, and just looks really cool. And you probably wouldn't, Ben. This is not to say these are the things you might be thinking, well, I'm not going to cut something like that out of such a thin die. This really is just to show you how powerful the Gemini is, to be able to get all of those different mediums in there. Look at that, and not anything broken or anything like that. Now this one here, look at this. This is die cut out, which is quite incredible. And it bevels the edges, which is so straight. I don't know how it does it, but...
Is that a stitched one as well?
It's aluminium, yes, stitched, look at that.
Look at the detail.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it? It's so amazing. So it's a really great medium to use. So if you like using those mediums, you will absolutely love them. Then we're going. So are we going to come back to the machine? Right. So let's leave that there because it's called the Gemini. It has a dual function. So we're going to go to embossing next.
Yeah, I mean it's brilliant, isn't it? If you're seeing this for the first time, my goodness me, like your mind is probably absolutely blown. But thank you for the lovely comments coming through. And again, you know, listen to us obviously, but read the comments as well. Alex, my G2 sits alongside my craft mat. I do try to use my mini and MIDI when I can, but the G2 is so reliable and quick. I think, again, once you've got used to all of those different, you know, plate combinations, you know, all the different things that you can cut. Tells you on the side of the box as well, you know, you're cutting things like felt in there, denim, glitter paper, it says, you know, adhesive foam, your mirror card, all your different types of cardstock, of course, adhesive vinyl cork, you know, burlap, it says. I mean, there's tons and tons of different mediums you'll be able to cut through here. If you like to make your jigsaws as well, things like your mount board, for example, will run through there perfectly with your multimedia dies. It's such a versatile machine for die cutting, and as you'll see in a minute as well, for doing your embossing with. Jackie Kosh says, I love my G2 because I get a great cut and emboss. The point is on plate configuration, and running some things through twice has been very helpful and avoids frustrations. I also think too, you know, with this, I always say this because when I first started off in craft about, what was it, 12 years ago, I remember the machine that we used to use at the place where I worked, and they were very specific in saying, well, make sure you place your dies in a certain part of your mat, because, you know, back in those days, a lot of machines would only have like a sweet spot in certain places. If you place them in the middle of the mat, for example, you run it through and chances are it wouldn't cut very well. Or even if you were placing it in the sweet spot on the mat, you'd have to run it through a couple of times, maybe 3 times, particularly with an intricate die, to get the cut. And that's not the point here, is you can place it wherever you want on the mat, as you've seen, and run it through once, and it's going to cut so professionally for you. It is the power. Thank you to Carol, who says, I rarely use my MIDI because I love the G2. Muzz Top Cop says, hi, I have every Gemini there is, from the Mini to the Pro. I love them all. Best out there, though. I even have 2 Gemini 2s, she says. Oh. Wow. I keep my iPad charged on mine, she says, G2, so I can watch the craft alongs. Yeah, charge your iPads. I always remember Laura, I don't know if she's watching, who charges her massage chair while she's crafting.
Oh, I love that.
I know, like, you can literally charge anything you want. And your Al says, Ben, if we need to press the reverse button, does a high-pitched beeping begin? Only if you make the noise yourself.
This machine is reversing.
But just to say, you know, of course, the other great thing as well is you can never kind of force feed the machine, if you like. If you've put in a combination that's wrong, or if you've put in too many plates, the machine will spit the plates back out at you. So you're never worried about that side of things, which I think is important to mention. Just also to say, before we go back to Debbie, because in about 20 minutes' time, we're going to be doing your Q&As, we've only got a couple of questions. Need some more questions. Look, you're getting 2 waggy fingers now. Anything you want to ask about? Yes, the machines. Yes, you know, plate combos. What can we cut? What can't we cut? What do we, you know, use as far as plates for cutting different things? But anything about pens, glues, papers, projects you're working on. If you need ideas for anything, we need at least another 8 questions. At least another 8. So, 2 so far is not good. It's not good. Yeah, any questions you got about Craftaganza, fire them in. Any questions about Ben's running club, Ben's pool party? What else did we say we were going to do? What else did we say we were going to do
Fish
this
and
morning?
chips, chip shop.
Oh yeah,
Anything
fish and
you wanna
chips, chip
know,
shop.
You know, any orders?
Yeah, get those in nice and early. So do let us know. Oh yes, I've just heard in my ear actually, because I'm not here next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Leanne's in with Debbie. Should we do fish and chips next Friday?
Oh yes, I think we should. I mean, Friday is fish and chip day, isn't it? So yeah, absolutely. There's the hat.
Hey?
Leanne will absolutely be up for that. Coats are at the ready.
Right, let's get back to it. We've got about 20 minutes. Questions, please, fire them in. So we know we can die cut here, Debbie, but it's called a G2 for a reason because we can emboss as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And just before we do that, I want to show you the mixed media dies, and then we'll go into embossing as well, because that's the two different dies that we have. We do the mixed media dies, which are a thicker dye and sometimes different colour, but not always. So we didn't always do them a different colour. This one here is silver, and another one here is silver. But what I do have is a piece of mount board, which I think someone's put this on to do the jigsaw dies, but actually I thought this would be really nice just to show you how we can take parts of this. So this one is the Kingfisher. Yeah, the Kingfisher pad, but I think this is done for when you have the jigsaw dies, but I did think this would look lovely if we cut sections of it and then we'll show it embossed as well. So I'm going to keep my aluminium, this is real leather, then we've got embossing as well. So we're just going to make sure that we've take these ones down so they don't go anywhere. Now, I'm not going to do it to start off with, but we might need it because I think this Gemini's got quite a bit of pressure. So what I would say is you'll learn your own machine. Now, if you do need it, you might need the extra shim underneath. But I'm going to try it without to start with. Oh, we do need to take out our magnetic. So we take out the magnetic. Because they're thicker dies, we need to pop those in. But what I am going to do, I'm going to just place these through. And then I think they might cut, but if they don't, then we will add the metal shim. But I wanted to show you to see first, because sometimes it's always good to test your machine rather than put too much pressure in. Because what will happen is your plates will buckle even more if you've got more pressure in them. So let's have a look. Ah, look at that. So not even with the metal shim, it's just cut like our Sarah would say, like hot butter. Hot knife through butter. I knew I was going to say that right.
Hot butter through a knife.
A hot knife through butter. Yes, that's the one. But yes, so try it first, because I did have a feeling this machine seemed like it had quite a bit of pressure, which is why your plate, if you find you've got a machine that has a lot of pressure, please keep rotating your plates, because it means that will help to make sure that all your plates stay a little bit flatter. Right, so let's bring these in. So I'm going to look at that. How nice does that look? So you think all your pretty papers put onto your mats. You know what you could do? If you've got a bigger, like a circle nesting die, you can, do you know what? I'm just wondering, oh, it doesn't matter. I'll think about that later. But what I was thinking, you could spray this with our glossy and make them into like placemats.
That's a lovely idea.
Yeah, or coasters and things like that. Right, I'm going to bring in these. I'm going to turn the back end of this one round. We've got our aluminium, we've got leather, and this one. So let's bring in an embossing folder. So I've got one here. So I'm going to place that in there, and I'm going to pop my leather one as well. So even though I've got two different levels, and then what I'm going to do is bring in the aluminium, and we're just going to place that into here as well. So I've got two folders. We're going to now change our shims. Don't worry, all of your everything is in your user manual. So if you're not sure what I'm showing you, don't worry, it tells you for 2D, 3D, everything like that.
8 questions now, by the way.
8? Oh, they went up. Thank you.
Thank you. Couple more.
We want about 4 more, and then we can beat 10 last week.
Yeah.
Right, so you want your plastic sheen, your magnetic, and then I'm going to put my card in. Now, I'm going to pop these in like so.
Yep.
And then we're going to pop our top plate on. So we've got all different mediums, 3 different mediums of 3 different levels, and we're going to run these through.
So what's the combo again there?
So you need your plastic shim. It's the only time we tell you not to put your top plate. Can you hear the difference there? It changed. It's very, very clever because it just knows the levels of what's going through. But you have your, let me just state that again. So you've got your plastic shim. It's the only time we tell you to use a different one from your top or bottom cutting plate on the outside. Then your magnetic with your folders and your medium, and then your top plate on top of that.
Right.
So let's have a look at these because they are so lovely. So first of all, we've got two mediums which are completely different. Oh. Now look at the level of embossing that you get on there. I can turn it round so you can see that.
That's amazing.
So on real leather, if I turn it round, even the deboss side,
chocolate.
Isn't it amazing? And then on a really thick piece of mount board, you've got the most incredible embossing. And then on this, now this is so nice. You'll love using this medium because it just looks like, I mean, look at that.
Wow.
How incredible is that? And it bevels all those edges, so you've not got a sharp edge at all. It's so incredible. And that's tin that you would throw away. So it's a really great medium, especially if there's anyone that likes doing canvases or putting different mediums onto things. Just a nice little one there. And if you've not got anything, I mean, you can make cheap craft metal if you want by just putting tin foil onto cardstock and die cutting. But if you have got your aluminium cans, die cut them and emboss them because they look absolutely incredible. But the fact that you can put so many different levels through and in your embossing folders, run it all through is absolutely incredible.
Thank you, Debbie. Loads and loads of lovely comments coming through. We've got 8 questions for Essentials Corner, which is great. Could do with a few more, so feel free to fire those in. But look, you know, you've seen a bit of a brief overview on the Gemini 2. If you want more information, my goodness me, there will be tens of hours, probably hundreds of hours of content on Gemini 2 on YouTube. We've done so many shows on the Gemini 2. When you think of all the shows that we would have done when we initially launched it, all the masterclasses that we've done, all of the Machine 101s that we've done, the way it's been featured in shows when we've done little kind of, you know, presentations on it. So do have a look. If you're not yet subscribed to us on YouTube, it is genuinely the place to be because once you subscribe, give us a like, give us a follow, all that kind of stuff, you'll be able to have access to all the videos and all the shows that we've ever done since today. There's more on YouTube as well, as far as there are little series that the likes of Sarah and Leanne have done, which we've never shown here on Crafters TV. So there's lots there. And of course, you can get notifications when shows go live. You can still chat and comment along as well. So it is absolutely worth doing. 9 questions have come in. So we will head over to Essentials Corner in about 10, 12 minutes or so. But before that, we do want to have a bit of a talk around the Gemini Junior. And before that, as we get ready, let's just give you some more information on why you should be YouTubing.
Discover a whole world of creative inspiration on the Crafters Companion YouTube channel. From binge-worthy crafting series to quick ideas for the last-minute occasion. There's something for every crafter. And when you want even more, watch Crafters TV live and on demand with demos, new product launches and real-time crafting fun. Subscribe now and start crafting with us today.
See, it's easy. You just go like, and then you go subscribe. Can everyone now watching this video go like, hit the thumbs up, and hit for the notifications as well. I'm just going to have a quick look on YouTube now, see if people are liking it. Will I get lots of like little thumbs up? Will it flash up on the screen? Come on, someone give it a like. Come on, just press the like button. Anyone watching right now? Come on, there's a lot of people. Yeah, it's gone up to 9. Right, can we get it up to 10 likes? Somebody, go on. Someone else, just give it another. Just hit the like. Go on. Don't press that one. Don't press that one. Do that one. Ready? Come on, thumb it up. Come on. Someone. Quickly. Go on. Oh, I'll do it then. Boop. Yay! We got what? Oh, that's it. Mine's still on 9.
Okay, we need lots of likes on every time you watch. Like. Oh,
mine's just gone like this. Mine's just gone 18 now. Thanks, everybody. That'll be good for me now. Then the bosses will go, oh, look at all these people. They love that show. It must have been a great show. No, we were just begging you to like it. But, I mean, it has been a great show, obviously.
The power of live.
Right. Let us carry on. Plenty of questions coming through, which is great. Debbie, just so that I've said, and so Johnny can remind us in a minute, when we go and sit down, Rachel said we'll need to take with us plates and the raspberry rubber shim.
Okay.
So the plates.
Okay.
So all the plates to go over to the seated area.
Yes, we will do that.
Before that, we're going to spend 10 minutes on the Gemini Junior. So, price on your screen here, $169.99 is your UK price, $299.99 if you're in the US. You don't get the fish and chips hat with yours. That is, you have to buy that extra. But what you do get is a brilliant electronic machine. What I will say, and I'll stress this again, if you're in the US particularly, you're paying $20 more and you'll get the Gemini 2. So it's entirely up to you which way you want to go. But from my point of view, the Gemini Junior is still a brilliant machine. You're still going to get power. You're still going to get precision. A lot of people go like, oh, isn't the Gemini 2 so much quieter than the Junior? The Gemini 2 is quiet, granted. This is also quiet. We did a bit of a test a few weeks ago, me and Sheila, and did them both side by side. Everyone you say, oh, the Gemini Junior, so loud. It really isn't that loud at all. The G2 is quieter, but this is not loud. Obviously, you've got the smaller plates in here, but Debbie, the brilliant thing about the Junior, I think, is that if you're still wanting to do things like letterpress and foil press, the Junior can cope with that, can't it?
Absolutely, and that's the best thing about it, isn't it? I think it offers you that performance in not just the machine, but in with everything that comes with it as well. Yeah, your foil press it's just a game changer if you're still using it. I mean, honestly, please use it. It's a shame we don't have it in stock anymore because it is an amazing bit of kit. But the fact that you can use your letterpress in here as well as your Gemini 2, I think is incredible. I really love the Gemini Junior, and it is one. In fact, I do have two Gemini Juniors, I must admit, because I have a rose gold Gemini Junior, yes, and I've got the white one. So yeah, I absolutely love it, and I know the team. It's been their favourites for many years, and I think it's brilliant because it is that smaller machine. It's got these handholds at the side, so literally it's not as heavy as your bigger one. Hasn't got slider feet, so you cannot slide it around. But actually, that could also be a benefit in your craft room. You might not want something that moves so easily. You might want something that stays in place. Now it is just completely encased into this one unit. You've still got your on and off switch, you've got your pause, and you've got your reverse as well. So you've still got all those benefits of your Gemini. But the main thing, like Ben just said, is this is the machine that has that power, that performance, that precision that you're going to get with a Gemini machine. If it's got the Gemini name to it, you know you've got a workhorse. You know that you've got a machine that is going to work effortlessly for you. It just takes a smaller platform. That's all it is. It takes smaller plates, and most people, I would say, Ben, I would say about 90% of dies will fit through. I think the only time we actually are in need of a bigger die cutting machine is when we're doing concept cards and we're cutting into different sizes of cardstock. And actually there are ways to get around that as well. If you're doing like an A5 card and you want to cut into the front, you can fold it round your platforms. You can fold it around your metal shim and do it that way. So there are ways around it. Or you could put an extra piece of card on to make that card blank. So there's lots of ways around that. What it does do is it still die cuts with precision. So I've just got quite a large die here. We're going to place it in the middle. Oh, you're seeing it.
Here's the one you're going to get. I've not seen it yet.
There we go,
there
the raspberry one. Yes, it is. And it's really pretty, isn't it, that raspberry colour?
Yeah. Apparently it's in here somewhere, so we're going to go and find it. Maybe it's in the photography studio.
They have looked, they just seem to have lost it, I definitely, because I did a video with all of them when they all come out, the new raspberry colour, and there is me with one. So it's proof that we've had one. Where it's gone, I don't know, so yeah. And all it is so the bits on the side that you can see here that are purple are the raspberry, and the buttons are the raspberry, so yeah, it just makes it really nice. So yes, you won't get this one. So I've just got a die, we're just going to place that through. Again, just put in all those platforms in there, running it through, and like Ben said, it's only a little bit noisier than the Gemini 2, but it is noisier. So, but it's not a really loud machine. No. So, and then once we've done that, I'm just going to take that off. This one's got lots of bits in it. So this is like what we class as our outline dies. And I'm just going to bring that in just to show you how intricate this die cut is. Look at that. Wow, yeah. One pass through the machine. I think there's one little bit there just to poke out. Oh, doesn't want to leave the petal, and that's just a really intricate die that you can cut out. The best thing about it as well, everything that we've told you that the Gemini 2 can do, including all your mixed media dies, you can do with the Gemini Junior as well. So what I do have beside me is some material. So with this time though, I am going to pop my metal shim in. I've got a little hexagon die and just a wad of material, so let's pop them through. And again, I'm going to take out my magnetic because we've put an extra shim in, so we don't need that one. Just going to place that onto there and run it through. Now you can only put your plates in one way in here, but your Junior plates will fit into your G2. So if you do have both machines, you can alternate those smaller plates.
Same with the Junior, if you do a plate combo wrong or you've got too much in, it will spit it back out again, won't it? So you can't force it in.
You can't force it in. Shall I show you what that means? So I'm going to take this out so you know I'm not trying to give you a second cut in that. Let's pop that to the side. I'm now going to put all my shims in, including the metal shim. Let me just see. I'm going to fold this over and we're just going to put that die back in, because I want to make sure that I'm showing you with the dies in place. So let's pop that in there. Doesn't matter that that's going to, but I am just going to stick that to it. And all I'm doing here is just putting a little bit of weight in there.
So purposely like overloading it, right?
Yes, so it's just to show you what the machine won't do. So you offer it into the mouth of the machine. What will happen, it will take it through.
Oh, I've done that on purpose.
How funny. So, but actually it means that the machine was okay to take that amount of pressure.
So funny.
It's always going to happen, wasn't it? But normally if I was to put all of those through, so you can see that's cut, and can you see the pressure? That's really indented that into there. But what would happen, it would just spit it back out if it doesn't like it, so which is good.
Never work with children, animals and Gemini Juniors.
And well, we've got 1, 2, we've got 3, 4, 5. Oh, have I got 2 there? Yep, 6, 7 and 8.
Perfectly cut.
So, yeah, perfectly cut. And what's really cool about them is every single edge is done amazingly on there. And I love that because you've got no frayed edges, you've got no extra little bits that haven't been cut there. I mean, that is incredible, isn't it, that you can get that level of cutting. So if you're someone that loves to sew, cutting out all your fabric like that out of your dies is incredible. Now, one little thing before we finish is I've got an embossing folder, because it does, again, it's just showing you that it does everything that the Gemini 2 can do. But this time we're going to pop through. I've got a wad of tissue in here. Now, I love this demo because it's not something that we even think about doing, but it works really well. And what I would do is use all your tissue papers before you put them in with your gifts or gift bags and wrap in your present. Put them through your Gemini just to emboss that tissue, because when you've embossed them, it gives this amazing embossing on the whole piece of that tissue. Spritzed it with a little bit of perfume, and you've got the most amazing tissue paper.
Yeah.
And what's really cool, I've got 2 different colours in here, but right through to the inside of that.
That's brilliant.
Isn't that amazing that you get that level of embossing all the way over? It's just going to look absolutely incredible. So don't forget to emboss your tissue paper using your Gemini as well.
Absolutely brilliant. And again, you know, I said this about the G2, even more so on the Gemini Junior. There'll be tons of shows on YouTube. Can I just say as well, thank you for all of the thumbs up on the YouTube. What are we up to now? Let's just have a look. I've got 40 on my screen. Oh, wow. Can we do that every show now? Because the bosses are going to look at that and go, wow, that's amazing. We've got 42. And Crafter's Companion will then pop up more on your videos to watch on YouTube, so you'll be able to find the videos more. So it helps us out, helps me out, and helps you out as well. So thumb everything up. Jackie Cross says, we love Crafters TV, but I will hit like on every show from now on.
It's funny, isn't it? Because we've never said that before. We've never asked people to like.
Well, I say it as a passing comment, like, subscribe and follow, but I've never actually gone, right, like it now. Maybe we should just start that at the start of every show. When I say hello to everyone, I should say, like, right, 30 seconds, everyone give the show a thumbs up.
And then in another half hour, Everybody give us another like and thumbs up.
Yeah. Should we start doing that from now on?
Yes, absolutely. And not only that, it shows who's watching, who's there, and if you're liking us. I mean, if you don't like us, just don't do the thumbs down.
Yeah. You know, there is still a thumbs down.
Is there still a thumbs down?
Don't
On
press
YouTube
that.
there is, yeah.
Don't press that.
Yeah.
Few more comments and then we're going to move over to the seating area. Alison says, I know we're talking machines, but can I just say how magnificent the new Master Creator scoreboard is.
Yes.
I love the 12 by 12 surface and I don't have to have it on a flat surface.
I absolutely agree. I'm going to be completely transparent with you. When they told me that I'd do a video with this new scoreboard, I was like, why have we got a new scoreboard? We've got a scoreboard. We've got a scoreboard. We've got a guillotine. And then I started using it and I love it, Ben. I absolutely love it. I've been using it all the time. I just think it's brilliant that you've got an all-in-one tool, having a paper trimmer, having the scoreboard, having a box maker, having an envelope maker, and your tool, everything's in it. I love it. It's brilliant.
One great thing about the G2 over the Junior, says Carol, which I have both, you can use any size plates in the 2, the 9x6, the full size, and even the Go plates. Yeah, I mean, that is its superpower. You know, you've got all those different plates that obviously that you can use in there. So that is another reason why it is better, I suppose. And Jean Marie says, I only owned and still love my Junior for years. However, when I saw that the full G2 was only $20 more, I finally took the plunge and I'm so glad. But the Junior does have a smaller footprint on my desk. There's many reasons to buy each. I think it's kind of over to you on that. But whichever one you do buy, you're going to get the power, you're going to get the precision, and you are going to get everything that you love and more from the Gemini name. We have got a whole host of questions to tackle, which we're going to do in just a few moments' time. Before that, if you haven't yet given us a thumbs up on the show, make sure you do. And if you haven't, it's going to be my new thing now. How many have we got? 42? 50? We're going to have to get more. We're trying to get up to 100. And if you haven't yet booked your ticket for Craftaganza, and if you're thinking, shall I, shan't I, will I, won't I, here is some more information as to why you might want to come along and see us, either here in County Durham or Dallas.
Craftaganza is here, the ultimate crafting experience in the US and UK. Across 2 unforgettable days, enjoy 10 expert-led classes, hands-on projects, and endless inspiration. Learn from our expert teachers, share the joy of crafting, and connect with fellow crafters. You'll leave with new skills, finished projects, and unforgettable memories. Join us in Dallas, Texas, or Newton Aycliffe, County Durham. Don't miss your chance to be part of Craftaganza. Get your ticket today.
There you go. It is happening before you know it. I think we will be flying 6 weeks tomorrow. It's Wednesday today, isn't it? I get very confused. 6 weeks tomorrow, which means the first class will be 6 weeks on Saturday, isn't it? Saturday, Sunday, then the Tuesday, Wednesday. Yikes, it's come round so fast. Have you got any questions for us about Craftaganza? Do let us know. Right, questions. Oh, Johnny, did you say you had a question to send me? Okay, so let's start with the question which was emailed in from Nancy. So Nancy asked Debbie, in what situation would you use the metal shim?
Okay, so so any of your platforms are all a platform and they're all a shim in their own right. So your metal shim is, let's say years, so dyes have got so much better now and they've got a coating on them which helps them to cut. So not only do you need a good machine, you also need a good dye. Now years ago, dyes didn't have that same coating that we have now. So dyes were really hard to release. So we'd have to poke out all those little pieces. But actually, if you've got a better cut on them, then your metal shim. So if you've got any old dyes in your stash, I would say going back sort of for 4 years backwards, then use your metal shim. But also your metal shim is really good just for adding an extra shim in when you've got mixed media dyes. And your metal shim, now yours, look, this one's been cut into, all of ours in the studio have been cut into. That doesn't matter. So if you've got anything that cuts into your metal shim, this is not going to stop it from working. It doesn't matter that it's been cut into multiple times. It will go both sides, and it's a really usable shim. Even if it starts to bow, So you'll be able to use it lots and lots of times. So yeah, you can use it as an additional shim, or you can use it with your mixed media dies.
And that, again, like your white plates, you will need to replace over time, won't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I would say your white cutting mat and your metal shim are probably the ones that you're going to use the most of.
All right, let's jump into these questions. Some machine questions, some plate questions, and we've also got some general ones, which is brilliant. So Alex says, I have a question about tacky glue.
Oh.
When you decant it into the fine tip applicator, how full should that be? To the bottom of the neck of the bottle or a bit lower? That's a good question.
It is a good question. Do you know what's really funny? It's totally different, but I filled up my soap bottle in my soap dispenser yesterday, and I'd obviously filled it up too much. So when I put the plunger back in, it squirted out, so I put too much. So it's just really weird you saying that, because I was thinking you should know that. So really, you want to do it. So it's not a lot that goes back inside when you put the top on your glue, but so I would say just under. So I would do it on the neck.
Right.
Yeah. And then always leave it upside down. So that's my biggest tip with that as well. With your pin, always have it upside down. That way your glue's always at the bottom. Your pin is always immersed in the glue, and then it won't go rusty. So
just to say as well, and this is a question you might have thought about, whenever we see these fine tip glue applicators, it's always with the tacky glue.
Yes.
Can we put other glues in those bottles?
You can put other glues in there, yes. I think tacky glue is probably the most used glue, because we tend to, for me, sort of a rule of thumb really is that your clear glue is your solvent-based glue,
right,
and your tacky glue is water-based. So you can pretty much use water-based glue on anything. Your solvent-based glue dries like concrete, but it also takes the coating off of cardstock. So if it squelches out of the sides and you've got glitter cardstock, mirror cardstock, Centura pearl, that's going to dull that coating. So we always sort of say your tacky glue, which is why we tend to, because tacky glue is probably the glue we use the most, it's the one that we put into those glue bottles. But yeah, absolutely, Ben, you can definitely put your solvent base, your all-purpose in there as well.
Just looking through these questions, Jean Marie, coming up to your question in a bit about acetate. There's about 5 questions in one here. I can't wait for that. Colette says, which Gemini shim has the most pressure, the magnetic or a metal?
Which has the most pressure? Oh, so the magnetic. So your magnetic is thicker than what your metal shim is. So sometimes you need both. So if you've got a die that's really intricate and doesn't want to cut, you might want to add your metal shim in with your magnetic. But what I would say, and sometimes the opposite happens, sometimes you might have a bit of pressure in your machine and your die is cutting out and really warping your card. Actually replace your metal shim with your magnetic shim, and that will give you a slightly less pressure, and then cut things out without warping your cardstock. So yeah, they all have a place. I think everyone finds their niche with their machine. Like each machine is good for you and what you're using. So, but yes, it's definitely your magnetic is thicker than your metal.
Ursa, our friend in Sweden, has been in touch, and she asks, can the G2 cut chipboard?
So I think no. Chipboard is thicker wood, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was thinking of balsa wood then, so it's not balsa wood. It would cut balsa wood, but not chipboard. No. Nope.
Good question though, Ursa, thank you. Karen Fisher says, can you go through please the plate combo for embossing dies? I'll write it down and have it handy so I can refer to it anytime I need to.
Oh, absolutely, yes, I've got them with me. So you want your, first of all, you're going to have your white plastic shim. Then you're going to have your, let me just grab this one, you will then have your plastic shim. Now once you've got those down, you want to put your die, are we embossing a die?
Embossing with a die, yeah.
Yes, so you would put your die facing upwards, then your cardstock over the top, okay? So your white cutting plate, your plastic shim, your die facing up, your cardstock on the top, then your rubber mat on the top of that, and then your white cutting plate on the top there. You don't need your magnetic. So always think, if you've put an extra shim in, take one out, because that's sort of normally how it works. So hopefully that's okay. I'll just quickly repeat that. Your white cutting plate, then your plastic shim, then your die facing upwards with your cardstock down on the top. And then, because if you think about it, what you want is you want your rubber shim to push down into that die, so it's actually forcing that to go through. And then your cutting plate on the top. Okay?
Brilliant, this. Carol Allen says, should you rotate both the white boards or just the bottom one? So flip and rotate. We do it with both.
It's a brilliant question, because so many people keep one and don't use that at all because they don't want it ruined. Absolutely. You've got 2 cutting plates in there, which means you've got 4 different sides, 4 different cutting plates. And you want to get to the stage where you've used every single corner on both sides of both those boards. So yes, rotate, turn them round, use them all the time, yes.
Glue, Helen is asking about, what's the best glue or tape, etc. for making the boinger? I've just lost a question now. Where's that gone? There it is. Or the 3D snowman out of holographic cardstock. Been having a bit of trouble with it, she says. So boinger out of holographic, what glue would you use or tape?
Yeah, so tacky glue definitely. That's a good one to have. Red liner tape is going to be very good for you as well, so that's quite good. But definitely tacky glue. What you want to do is give your tacky glue a really good shake. When you apply it to where you want it, leave it for about 30 seconds to a minute. And the trick is with tacky glue is not to put too much on it. So actually, I'm not sure if we've got any in stock, but our little intricate bottles of glue that we were just talking about, that helps you not put too much glue down, because tacky glue sometimes comes out quite a lot. If you've got a lot of tacky glue on there, it's going to take a bit longer to tack. Okay. So what you could do is, if you just use your fingers, I mean, it's water-based, so unless you've got real sort of allergies to anything, I normally just wipe my finger over it, Ben, just to smudge some of it away. You can always wipe it on another bit of those boingers, and let it evaporate, because when it evaporates, it goes tacky, and then it will stick much better. So, and you just have to hold them together, really, hold them down. What you could do, once you put them all in place, put it down and put a bottle of water or a glass of water on the top to hold it in place. Just make sure none of your glue is seeped out. So if you don't put too much glue down, none of it will have seeped out, otherwise it'll all just stick together. I hope that helps.
We might have to go into overtime here, guys, because we've got quite a few questions.
Sorry, I'm taking my time.
No, you're not. I'm just saying, because I don't want to rush through these. So, question from Jackie Kosh. What's the best way to emboss on leather? I mean, we sort of showed that, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, just with your embossing folders. A 3D embossing folder. You can't get a better emboss. I mean, 2Ds are good, but 3D embossing folder.
So Jean Marie said she's got a question full of questions. So acetate.
Yep.
Are there different types?
Yes.
Okay. Which will take a little heat for embossing?
Right, so there are different types, because you get thinner, thicker, and that you get heat-resistant acetate. We used to do some online. You'd have to go online and see if there's any, but we used to do a heat-resist acetate, right. And that's what you need for your heat resistance. Although, Ben, I have, on normal acetate, I've done my embossing technique and heated. As long as it's not there for a long period of time, you're all right to heat emboss onto any acetate.
Best way to cut acetate?
With scissors, really. I mean, you can do it with your guillotine. It's very hard to die cut. What you can do...
You can die cut it, though?
You can die cut it, and if you do it multiple times and with your metal shim, you can die cut it.
But not intricate dies?
Not intricate dies at all, only outline dies. And then if it doesn't cut fully through, you could just use a craft knife to do the rest, because it will embed itself into that.
2 more questions on acetate. Jean Marie, you're getting your money's worth here. I love it. How do you get a good crease for constructions?
So your scoreboard, and it's literally just scoring down quite a few times. I would start with your smallest ball tool, which will give that indentation, and then get to your thicker one to really press into it. And then when you fold it over, the key to it is to make sure, not that your line is straight, to make sure when you're folding it over, it folds evenly with the other piece that you're folding it onto, and then just use your scoring tool to score down.
And best adhesive with acetate?
Red liner tape, without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, it's brilliant to hold it.
4 more questions. I thought I nearly got through them more, and Rachel's just gone, you're not going mad, I've added more. I thought you had.
I love this. We must have had so many questions this hour.
So Alchi's talking about washi tape.
Yes.
She says, can I put it on every kind of paper? And would I need extra glue to stick it on different types of paper or not?
Do you know what? Washi tape is one of those unbelievable mediums. When it's down, doesn't come back off until you take it off. It's really good. It's a good stick, stays down, brilliant. So no, you don't need extra tape to tape it down. It will stay into place until you take it away. Once it's there for a long while, it'll just stay there. You could burnish it with your scoring tool, and that would be perfect. But if you want it to come away, then yes, you can use it on any medium. It's absolutely fine.
Excellent stuff. Oh, my tablet is having a moment now. Hang on a second. Why has it just gone to like a funny small screen?
Oh, what's happening?
Oh, man. I might have to I was just trying to think of the other questions which have come in. The other questions which we had. We had a question, I know, a question from, I think, a lady called Mozak, who was asking about with your mini and midi, we get the shim, When do we use that, she was asking.
Another good question, yeah. So unless you know, it's quite hard. But you put that in with your embossing folder if you've got a 2D embossing folder. A 3D embossing folder just goes through on its own, but a 2D embossing folder you put through with your shim.
2 more questions. How do you prevent the dents in the metal shim from marking your card, asks Kim.
So I would say get some copy paper, put some copy paper in, and that helps to reduce those. So it really does help just by putting an extra shim in, and all you need is a bit of copy paper where that will take the marks for you.
And Mama TW loves your jumper and says, I have the Gemini, so the original Gemini. Does the turntable for the Gemini 2 work with the original Gemini?
Thank you, Mum. I appreciate that. And no, it doesn't, unfortunately. No, we only made it for the Gemini 2.
Thank you so much, everyone, for all the questions. Just before we go, I must just quickly show you this. Have I got a close-up quickly? Because you may remember yesterday, Dean, our other producer,
yes.
he made his first ever card
Did he?
for his daughter.
Oh,
it's her
that's
birthday
nice.
today.
Right.
What camera? And he sent it in. We said everyone wanted to see it. That's the card that he made for his daughter.
Oh, I love
Isn't that cute?
That's gorgeous. Is it the pop-up? I can't see completely.
So it's just
there.
it's the fairy dies from the Tiny Treasures, and he's used some of the love hearts as well.
I love that. I bet she loved it. Can you imagine Daddy taking home a homemade card?
He stamped the inside as well, so she could do some colouring. He put some things in there.
I love that. So nice. Oh, happy birthday. What's their name?
Pandora.
I know that. Why did I ask? Pandora. Happy birthday, Pandora.
Thank you, Outjit, who says, I love this show. Well, you loved this show because it's the end. Give us a like on YouTube. It's my new favourite thing.
Oh, yes. Likes.
Yeah, we've got to get 100 likes to the next show, and I think you might just like it because we're doing a masterclass on love hearts. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the questions. See you in a bit. Bye for now.